welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about landscapes. We started with a chalk stencil last time and we divided it up using stencils to create 3 sections of a landscape. So I wanted today to talk to you a little bit more about landscapes and what they are. A landscape shows all the visible features of an area or countryside or piece of land. A second definition is that it's wider than it is high. So when you look at a picture, we call the paper when it's going sideways a landscape picture. If it's more vertical, we call that a portrait picture. And inside your learning guide packet, this is some pictures that remind us a lot about what we started making last time. As you look at the pictures that are in there, there's a background that's in light blue, a middle ground that's in green, and then a foreground in dark green. As you're looking at those 3 sections of your land, I want you to think about how artists might use those sections to create the illusion of space, objects that are closer to us and objects that are further away. Background, middle ground, and foreground. Turn to your neighbor and I want you to look at this next example. It's identifying where background is at. It's identifying where middle ground is, as well as our foreground. And as you look at this picture, turn to your neighbor, and I want you to discuss some things that you notice. Some of the pictures through your packet, you and your partner can start to label and identify areas of foreground in a picture, areas that show middle ground, and areas that show background. Now as you take your expo marker, just go ahead and start drawing right onto the paper. And then you can also please label them. This would be my foreground area, middle ground, and then it's pretty hazy back here and it gets covered up by those trees, but this would be my background. Go ahead and you and your partner go through your packet and do that to all of the pictures that are in your packet. Identify where your foreground, where your middle ground, and where your background is at. Please go ahead and pause the video and take a moment to do that now. Now in your packet, this is step 5, following along with your learning guide. Step number 5 asks that you practice. Okay, so I want you to take a moment and I want you to draw images of outer space on your practice paper. So pulling this sheet of paper out again, go ahead and use your expo marker and start drawing 5 to 7 items from outer space into your picture. In your packet, idea sheets of objects from outer space are as well posted into your packet. You can use some of these objects to help you draw, or you can use your own ideas that you have that you would like to draw into outer space, or just use a combination. Like maybe you like the window or the rocket bottom on this one and you want to combine it with a different head of a rocket. You can decide however you want to do that. This is just an idea sheet that is available for you if you want to use them to make your project. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and get started on my drawing. So I went ahead and I drew out at least 5 to 7 items from outer space into this outer space scene. And the nice thing about this is if you make a mistake with expo marker, you can just easily erase it and then redraw on top of it if you'd like. But what a great practice today. If you do finish early, by all means, go ahead and draw more than 5 to 7. This is your practice paper. This is time for you to plan out what you want to do for next time. I hope you enjoyed today's class time, and I hope that you had fun figuring out your placement into your landscape, background, middle ground, and foreground. Thanks.